Nuclear warfare in the Middle East? Israel's shocking threat to drop the atomic bomb on Gaza has sparked international outrage and raised alarming questions about the region's rush towards a nuclear arms race. In a recent development, Palestine officially filed a complaint with the International Atomic Energy Agency, the global nuclear watchdog. The complaint is in response to a nuclear threat made by Israel's Jerusalem Affairs and Heritage Minister, Amichai Eliyahu, who mentioned nuking Gaza as a potential option in a radio interview. This statement caused widespread outrage across the Middle East and the West. According to reports from the Palestinian news agency WAFA, Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki didn't mince words when he penned an official letter to IAEA Director General Rafael Mariano Gross. Al-Maliki emphasized that the nuclear threat is not just an isolated incident, but aligns with the deeply rooted anti-Palestinian sentiments prevailing in Israel. What makes this situation even more intense is the implication within the threat, an acknowledgement, albeit unofficial, of Israel's possession of nuclear weapons and weapons of mass destruction. Despite Israel's public ambiguity on this matter, intelligence sources suggest a different narrative. In the aftermath of Eliyahu's inflammatory statement, outrage rippled through the Middle East and the West. Reacting to the public backlash, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu took decisive action by suspending Minister Amichai Eliyahu from all government meetings until further notice. This alarming development unfolds against the backdrop of the ongoing conflict between Israel and the Gaza Strip. Since the October 7th Hamas attacks, Gaza has been a consistent target of Israeli assaults, resulting in a devastating toll. Over 10,000 Palestinians, including around 6,000 children, have lost their lives in the conflict. On the Israeli side, the Hamas attacks claimed 1,400 lives, with approximately 200 individuals taken hostage by the militant group. The region stands at a critical juncture, with geopolitical tensions escalating and the specter of nuclear threats adding an unprecedented layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. In a notable twist, Russia's foreign ministry has voiced deep concern over Israel's recent mention of the nuclear option, emphasizing that it has raised a huge number of questions. The ministry contends that Israel's seemingly tacit acknowledgement of possessing nuclear weapons, coupled with a willingness to deploy them, has created a cause for global apprehension. This statement from Russia amplifies the gravity of the situation, propelling it into the spotlight of international scrutiny and injecting an added layer of complexity into the ongoing geopolitical dynamics in the region. The implicit or explicit admission by Israel has ignited widespread interest and triggered significant inquiries into the nation's policies and intentions concerning its nuclear capabilities. The unfolding scenario is now positioned at the intersection of global concern and regional intricacies, demanding a closer examination of the broader implications for stability and peace in the area. Russian officials have joined the chorus of international concern regarding remarks made by Israeli Junior Minister Amichai Eliyahu, who appeared to entertain the notion of Israel conducting a nuclear strike on Gaza. The comments have prompted Moscow to assert that this raises a huge number of questions. This reaction from Russia comes in the wake of Eliyahu's statement during a radio interview, where he suggested that the nuclear option could be one way to address the situation in Gaza. The implications of such remarks, not only hinting at Israel possessing nuclear weapons, but also indicating a willingness to utilize them, have sparked unease on the global stage. The comments have prompted various nations, including Russia, to seek clarification and address the broader implications of Israel's stance on nuclear capabilities. In the aftermath of Israeli Junior Minister Amichai Eliyahu's controversial remarks on the potential use of nuclear weapons, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took swift action by suspending the minister from a far-right party in the coalition government and from cabinet meetings until further notice. Russia's foreign ministry spokesperson, Maria Zakharova, expressed deep concerns over Israel's apparent acknowledgement of possessing nuclear weapons. She raised critical questions about the revelation, emphasizing the need for involvement from the International Atomic Energy Agency and international nuclear inspectors to address the situation. The Federation of American Scientists estimates that Israel currently possesses about 90 nuclear warheads, heightening the significance of the controversy. The United States joined the international condemnation, denouncing Eliyahu's comments as wholly unacceptable on Monday. Deputy State Department spokesperson Vedant Patel emphasized the importance of refraining from hateful rhetoric for all sides involved in the conflict. The repercussions of Eliyahu's remarks reverberated across the Arab world, drawing condemnation, while Iran called for a swift international response. The situation has now escalated to a point where diplomatic tensions are high, prompting global scrutiny and calls for accountability in the face of potentially destabilizing implications of Israel's nuclear capabilities. Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian has issued a compelling call for urgent and continuous action from both the UN Security Council and the International Atomic Energy Agency to disarm what he termed a barbaric and Arpethiad regime. In a pointed social media post on Monday, he emphasized the need for immediate intervention, underscoring the urgency of the situation with the statement, "Tomorrow is late." Amir Abdollahian's call not only reflects heightened concerns, but also emphasizes the imperative nature of addressing what is perceived as a significant threat posed by the mentioned regime, which is likely a reference to Israel. The urgency conveyed in this message suggests a deepening sense of unease and a pressing need for diplomatic and international efforts to mitigate potential risks and maintain regional stability. The situation now stands at a critical juncture, with diplomatic avenues being urged to act swiftly in response to the perceived threat. In the midst of these growing concerns, the Palestinian Foreign Ministry has issued a strong condemnation of what they describe as inflammatory remarks made by Israeli Heritage Minister Amichai Eliyahu. In a statement released on Sunday, the ministry characterized Eliyahu's comments as indicative of the ongoing genocidal war Israel has been conducting against the Gaza Strip for the past 30 days. The ministry asserted that Eliyahu's statements align with what they perceive as Israel's broader policies, which they claim deny the existence of Palestinians on their land, reject their rights, and evade responsibilities under the international law and legitimate resolutions. Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki went on to accuse Israel of developing weapons of mass destruction and refusing to join the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Al-Maliki emphasized that a nuclear threat against one country should be considered a threat to all countries. In a call to action directed at the International Atomic Energy Agency and its member states, al-Maliki urged the condemnation of the Israeli threat and the implementation of measures to neutralize the perceived danger posed to the Palestinian people and surrounding nations. The situation now stands at a critical juncture, with diplomatic avenues being pursued to address the alleged nuclear threat and its potential implications for regional stability. As we navigate through these intricate geopolitical developments, we invite you to share your perspectives in the comments section. What steps do you think should be taken to address this situation? And what impact might it have on the broader Middle East? Your thoughts can contribute to the ongoing conversation for a more peaceful future in the region.